Hello and welcome to the Planet Pearl YouTube channel. My name is Pearlin, and in this channel I share my making journey and my life in Christchurch, New Zealand. If you're new here, it's so great that you decided to stop by and check out my channel. I hope you will like what you see and stay on for a while. If you are returning, thank you so much for sticking with me. I hope that you will continue to support me in this journey. It's so great that you all are here today, and I so appreciate you all. So, moving on to what I've been up to in the month of April, I have a few finished objects. Those were some of my long lurking works in progress. Now they are off the needles, and I have cast on a couple of new projects, and I have one work in progress that has been going on for a while, and today I'm really excited to share my finished objects with you first. So the first project that I finished is this apple blossom sock, as I like to call it. I just had to finish the sock by doing the Kitchener stitch, and I have finished it now. I can quite confidently say now that I have memorized the Kitchener stitch and can do it without even looking. How exciting is that? And I think it is because I had all these sock projects without doing the Kitchener stitch, and because I did it all at once, I was able to memorize it, and so I did that. This is a simple cuff down vanilla sock pattern, 64 stitches, sock, what's that called, gusset heel, heel, flap and gusset, and then Kitchener stitch on the bottom here on the toe. So I do really like this little bit of pink on the toe, which didn't happen on this socks, but yeah, I really like this one. And the yarn is from I had it in this bag that I made a long time before, and it is really important for me that my project bag and my projects match. And because I can sew my bags, I often start my project by setting up a bag for it, or if I don't have the bag, I sew anyway. So this is the sock. It's a self-striping pattern, and the yarn is from Narrative Yarns, and the colorway is called Apple Blossom. It is machine wash merino 4-ply, 80% merino wool and 20% nylon. And I used what needles did I use? I used a 3mm knit zinc needle, zing Knit Pro Zing, I think that's what it's called. I've forgotten everything now. Anyway, so that is my finished project, the first one. And the second finished project that I have is also another sock, and it was living in this bag that I made for Christmas. It was a Christmas Eve cast on or Christmas Day cast on, and I used 2 yarns for this. So the yarn for the cuff and the heel and the toe is from my friend Christine, who lives in Canada, and she has this podcast called Sweet Lavender Knits. She sent me the yarn. It's a Knit Picks Stroll Glimmer, and it has a nice little shimmer in it, which I love. And the yarn is Christmas 2021. So that's the project. That's the yarn name, and it's also from Narrative Yarns, as I said before, and it's the same merino wash, machine wash merino, 4-ply, 80% merino and 20% nylon yarn, and I love this combination. My younger son wanted this, and it was so funny that he chose this pattern, chose the socks, because when he was little he had a shirt exactly in this color combination. I'll try and find that picture and put it on the screen if I can find it. But yeah, so but recently I have lost a few hand knit projects. I have lost 2 socks and a cowl that I made, and I'm really not ready at this point to make or give anybody else, but we will see. Usually I have it in my drawer, and my boys just help themselves with my socks anyway, because it fits them as well. It can stretch quite a bit, and they'll take it from me. So yeah, that's finished. And the other project that I haven't talked about much at all is my RoseBud beanie. So this pattern is by, just a minute, so this is the pattern. It's called the RoseBud garter hat with a large cabled braid by Jared Flood. So that's the pattern, and this was past Outlaw October cast on, as I worked there before, and there was a staff cast on party and I cast it on there. This was my first ever pattern that I made from a chart. I started it, and then I started studying and all that, and I didn't have time at all, even though I did work on it now and again. And it's a very quick project. It's very quick, and it is very, very pretty. I love it. I have wanted to make this pattern for so long, and then when I got a chance to make it, I started this project, and I did make a mistake somewhere. Yes, over here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's over here. Instead of garter, I made a pearl stitch, but it doesn't really matter. And the yarn that I used for this one is called Rebel worsted, and the colorway is Moon. I haven't seen if it is still available with them, but I'm sure it must be. Anyway, and I used a 4.5 millimeter no, I used a 5 millimeter circular needles for this, and there it is, the chart and the pattern. Like, I was so intimidated by this pattern when I started it, but then it was really, really easy to work on, and the pattern instructions were very clear, that I didn't have any problem at all working on this one. So yeah, the thing about me is, like, I'm very scared before I start a project that I've never done before, but then if it is a clear straightforward instructions, then I don't my fears just melt away. Anyway, I really enjoy this project, and I still have plenty of yarn left, so if I want, I can make another one. I'm guessing, but I'm not sure, but I'll make like a mitten or something with this one. It's really nice. It's like crunchy but soft. So yeah, and it lived in this bag that I made as well, and I love this bag. It has vintage buttons on it, and this denim fabric is from one of my favorite pair of jeans that gave a bit scoused when I was at work. So anyway, I don't want to just throw it away, so I decided to make a bag with it, use it for my bag, and the fabric in the center is from Liberty. So yeah, so that's another finished objects, and I am pretty much done with all my finished projects. Let me have a sip of tea. So this is my Advent mug from Meraki Studio, and it says knit one sip one, and I love these buttons on it and this knit pattern. It's very cute. And I'm drinking this plain, not plain, chai tea. Chai is actually tea, but said chai tea on the packet, and it's non-caffeinated chai. So yeah, that is that. Moving on to works in progress. I still have to finish this New Year's cast on. It won't take long, I know, but I haven't sat down to finish this, so I still have it all. It's all caught up in a mess, but it's still here. It will be done next time, hopefully. And it's just another rifle paper bag I made, Rifle Paper Company fabric bag I made. And oh, I have another project that I have finished. I have to show you a cute little embroidery that I did. It's called Sunshine in a Bottle, and this was a workshop with Embroider with B. She's a local embroidery artist, and this was her first workshop, and I love her work. It's so cute, and it's like she makes these little hoops. She sells finished projects. She also has patterns now, and I didn't want to miss out on this workshop, so it was at Broomfields, and it was a really lovely workshop. There were how many ladies? There were 5 ladies, and everybody was so lovely, and B was amazing, so patient, so lovely, and yeah, it was a really nice day to spend making this little hoop. She taught us all the stitches. I've done quite a bit of embroidery, but I always love to take workshops, even if I know about it, because each artist has a different perspective to share, and I think we can learn little nuggets from everybody. And when I like the person who's teaching, I try and make it to the workshop. She had like really lovely music, and it was a really lovely day. We had so much fun. So that is done, and I will most probably have it on my side table. So that, yeah, I'm planning already to take her next workshop, which will be sometime in June, I think. So yeah, that is another of my finished project. Now on to works in progress. New project that I cast on. We went on a trip down south to Arrowtown, Queenstown and Wanaka, and I wanted to take a project with me. I didn't want to take anything that I already had, because I didn't want to be stuck in the middle, not remembering what I was doing or something of that sort. Anyway, I didn't want to do that, and I didn't want to take my socks because I was just, they were just little things that I had to, just the kitchen part that I had to do, which I knew I had to sit in a place, concentrate and do. So that was not possible. So I decided that after going back and forth about what project I wanted to take, if I knew this project, if I can make it, and if it was not frustrating and all that, it's actually quite a process trying to decide what to take. I don't know if it is the same for others, but for me, I go through all my projects, I don't know which one to take, and I take at least more than I, like 3 or 4 more than I need. And then my younger son, who's mostly a minimalist, he would be like, be practical, you're not going to do all of this thing. And that's exactly what he did. I had chosen a few projects with me. I think I had a huge bag with at least 3 projects in them, and he was like, no, you're going to only take one, because first of all, there's not going to be enough space in the car, and I'm sure you're not going to work on them. So I decided that I will finally start the Musselburgh hat, Musselburgh beanie. So I have the pattern, I have the pattern here, I think. Yes, it's here. I'm sure everybody knows about this hat pattern, and I didn't realize what a delightful pattern it is before I started, because I was so intimidated, like always, about starting the pinwheel cast on, not the pinwheel, the pinhole cast on. And there is a really nice, so this is the Musselburgh hat. If you don't know about it, I'm sure everybody knows about it, because there are so many projects on her project page. Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, I was so intimidated by the pinhole cast on, but there's a really, and I also got, I bought the lesson for pinwheel, pinhole cast on from Isolde as well, but you know, sometimes when some people teach you, it doesn't click, and when somebody else teaches the same thing, it clicks. It's like that for me for many things, maths and yeah, so many things. Like I need to learn it in a certain way, only then I can understand. So anyway, I saw this tutorial on YouTube that I will connect link down below, and you can check it out. It's very easy to follow, and I followed her method, and after that it was a breeze. So it's a very easy pattern. It's almost like a sock knitting, but in a hat form. So I'm using Leica needles for the first time, and I really like them. I am going to change into circular needles quite shortly, but then and this is my yarn in daylight color. So pretty, isn't it? So I messaged one of the sample knitters of this project. Her name is Miyoko, and I wrote to her not expecting a reply from her, but I forgot to check the messages as well. I wasn't hoping to get a reply. I thought, oh, of all this wide world, who's going to check a message from me? after such a long time, so I did not check it. But then one day I just was looking, I thought, let me just go through the messages and see. There was a reply from her saying, what is your problem? How can I help you? So I told her, and she immediately got in touch with the tech editor of this project, and they tried to explain it to me. And I did not get it the first time. I did not get it the first time that Miyoko explained it to me, and then I did not understand when the tech editor explained to me the second time. And so you will not believe what they did. They wrote step by step of the pattern for me, just for me, and I've been working on it ever since. I've not had any problem, and I'm able to understand what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and really enjoying my project, and I cannot wait to finish it, although I have not worked on it this week for a while anyway. And the yarn that I'm using for this one is called Bohemia Gothic from Outlaw, and I got this yarn from Deb. She's been very generous with all the yarns that she gave me, so I have quite a lot of Outlaw yarn with me. Yeah, so that is my first work in progress, and my second work in progress is in this bag, again from Quilt Me Kiwi on felt, and it has this beautiful design on it. This is vintage embroidery, and it has some really pretty quilting on it as well. She's basically a quilter who quilts the quilt after it is pieced and everything, like a long arm quilter. Yeah, and so that's where I have my second work in progress, and I have not done much at all on it. This is how far I have come. That is because so what I'm making is I'm making Camilla Ward's is her name Camilla Ward? No, Camilla Vad. Her name is Camilla Vad. I'm making the Magnolia Chunky Cardigan. So yeah, that's the project I'm making, and the yarn that I'm using is from Indie Dyer. She makes really beautiful yarn called Happy Go Knitty, and this is her own yarn, and it's called Ahuru. I think that's the way it is pronounced, and the colorway I'm using is Rosy Cheeks, and this yarn is 80% merino, 20% possum, and it's a 8 ply double knitting DK yarn, which I think is sport weight. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, it's really soft, and it's really nice to work. And the reason that I have not had much work to show off for is because I've been swatching. I did not get the gauge, so I made 3 swatches, 1, 2 and 3, and finally I was able to find out my gauge at 5.5 millimeter Chago needles, so that's what I'm using. And I have learned to do the alternating cable cast on for this, and I don't know how it's going to go. I'm again intimidated by it, but I know someone has promised to help me. I know I can get help if I don't know what to do, because it's a knit along by Happy Go Knitty. In the Happy Go Knitty group, they're doing this as a knit along, and I can always ask someone for help. So yeah, that's my second work in progress. And do I have anything else to show? Yeah, and what else did I do in April? I went to a yarn tasting event, which was really nice. I have never been to, I've never even heard of it, I think. I don't remember if I have heard of a yarn tasting event before, but this was so fun. I got to listen to a local New Zealand designer called Elizabeth. She has a pattern company called Amihika or something like that. I think she has some really pretty patterns. I will link her website down below, and it was so fun. So at the yarn tasting there was yummy food, and each one of us got a box like this. Isn't it so cute? I love boxes, and this is what she gave. And inside I've taken it out and I have placed my Kawandi work in progress in this one because it's so convenient. But the things that she had, sorry about the clinking, was they had all these yarns that they have in their shop, along with so they all came like this, like cute little sample yarns with all the patterns, suggestion, and a few free patterns. And yeah, and I got to meet, this was a yarn event that I went to after a very long time, and yeah, and so that was really good. And I have like free pattern. Well, that is all I have this week, and I wanted to share two podcasts that I have discovered, and I wanted to share. One is called The Danish Musings. I love her videos. She has a few lifestyle videos from Denmark, I'm assuming. I haven't watched everything. I have watched a couple of ones, and I really like it. And then the other one is called Another Knitting Pod by Lena, and I love watching her as well. And there is another one, it's called It Is Asara, and I am really enjoying that as well. They're very inspiring and fun to watch, and I love it. So thank you so much for spending time with me today. Until next time, happy crafting, take care of yourselves, and see you soon. Bye.